all this discussion of when's the first roadmap of the year coming has really got me thinking about the bigger picture, roadmaps in general. Okay, I know not everyone's gonna agree with me here, and it's gonna take me a really long time to get through all my points, so please watch the whole video, but hear me out. Personally, I have not really been a fan of the dynamic of Sims news and transparency over the last couple of years, and honestly, I feel like it is getting worse. I feel like we go through a lot of drought periods when it comes to news and new information, either regarding new content, new packs, updates, refreshes, Sims Delivery Express drops, all of that stuff. Yes, we do have roadmaps, but we don't get many of those roadmaps per year, only a couple. And honestly, in my opinion, if I really had to make a wish list of many things that I'd like to see improved, I would love to see less periods of radio silence from the Sims team or from Maxis or from EA, and less periods of when there's news and new content of it coming in like crazy. The past couple of expansion packs are definitely a testament to this. Normally, before new content comes, we have a month or 2 months, sometimes even multiple months of radio silence. Absolutely nothing from the Sim Gurus on Twitter, nothing from the official Sims Twitter account, and then out of the blue, they announce and reveal things for multiple packs at the same exact time. I don't want to say that this is a Sims team issue because it very well could not be. It's probably a higher up decision. I'm sure the Sims team would probably like to tell us more, but can't. Or maybe I'm wrong, maybe they do have more of a say than we think. I guess that's up for debate. But could you imagine the Sims franchise and the Sims community if we received monthly roadmaps that were flexible and changed around? For example, we could have a roadmap the first Friday of January, the first Friday of February, the first Friday of March, and so on. That's one thing that we really need is consistency. We know what's coming, we know when it's coming, and if we were to get roadmaps more frequently, I would definitely assume that it's possible that things could either appear or disappear from a roadmap at any given time, I guess depending on progress of them working on it, when they can announce it, or if they weren't as far along as they hoped they'd be, then we could see things removed from a roadmap. The roadmap doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's coming within the next month before the next roadmap, but it could just be things that they're working on and things that are planned to come within the next couple of months or maybe the next 6 months or through the course of the year. But having monthly roadmaps means that those are updated more frequently, showing progress on those things, where the priorities lie, and what we could expect either before or after certain things, whether it's packs, free patch updates, Sims Delivery Express drops, maybe pack refreshes. Do you guys get where I'm kind of going with this? The key is to hopefully have more consistency when it comes to the transparency. All right, this is the fun part of the video, but before I go any further, I want to say that these mockups that I have created are fake, okay? They are not real roadmaps. I don't want these getting screenshotted and spread around as if they're real roadmaps. They're fake, and I try to make them look stupid and cheesy so that nobody would believe them anyways. But I created these as an example for how I think the roadmaps could be improved, and if they became more consistent, it would help us and give us more transparency as to what's coming, when's it coming, what's being worked on, what's being pushed back, what's being pushed forward, all of those things and all of those factors. They all come together in an updated, more frequent roadmap scenario. Gone are the days of 2 roadmaps a year, and welcome to 12 roadmaps a year. Hypothetically, let's say we get this roadmap on the first Friday of January, January 6, 2023. There are 6 things on this roadmap. Now keep in mind, this January roadmap does not mean all of these things will be released in January before February. It's just an update that comes once a month of the current progress and when things are expected to release, either sooner or later on a scale. So to start the year, sooner, a patch update, a Sims Delivery Express, a game pack, a kit pack, a second kit pack, and an expansion pack are being worked on, and you can see by the scale, the expansion and 2 kits are going to be coming later rather than sooner, and the patch, Sims Delivery, and game pack are coming sooner rather than later. And there's even a key at the bottom right corner so you can see how things change on each roadmap. There are games that do offer a roadmap in this fashion. They don't have the key, they'll just kind of move things around, remove things or add things, and you gotta compare them yourself with other roadmaps. But it would be cool if these changes were also tracked as well on a roadmap, and I think that's more than possible. Green and a plus meaning that a release was moved up. Red and a minus means it was moved down. Or a star and yellow meaning it was added. Okay, so let's say the second roadmap comes. This time it's the first Friday of February. There are some changes to this roadmap as you can see. Not many changes, but a few changes. Nothing was released in January because everything that was on the first roadmap is still here on the second roadmap. But these things are still being worked on, but the priority situation or maybe progress on these has changed. Sims Delivery Express was at number 2 and has actually moved up to number 1, and Patch Update was number 1 and has now moved down to number 2. So that Sims Delivery Express is now going to be coming sooner than the Patch Update that was previously revealed on the first roadmap of the year for January. As you can see by the star and the yellow, a Sims Delivery Express was added to the roadmap, but it wasn't added at the very end, it was added above the expansion pack and above that second kit pack. So that is going to be releasing before those two things at the very end of the list, which were kicked down because of that Sims Delivery Express. But you can see, even though nothing was released in January, you still have a direct timeline of everything that's being worked on, or at least everything that is planned and what has changed. And there were some changes, but by showing that here, they're being transparent with the community as to what's going to come sooner or what's going to come later. Of course, there's gonna be flaws with this. I'm sure that there are many things that could be changed around. Again, this is kind of just a general idea. And I think that something like this would be a much bigger improvement than getting, say, 2 roadmaps a year and it's just a bunch of stuff on there with no particular order or priority. Plus, doing this would keep the community talking and would keep hype there most of the year, whether things were being released all at once or not, which is another thing. Now, as we head into March, which is the final month that I have created, we now get the March roadmap on the first Friday of March. Players know when it's coming, when to expect it, but things look very different. The Sims Delivery Express that was at the top of February, the patch update that was at number 2 for February, and the game pack that was at number 3 for February are gone from this roadmap. So those ended up being released in February. So there's no point in having them on the roadmap anymore. Now we're left with 4 things that were on the previous roadmap: Kit Pack, Sims Delivery Express, Expansion, and Kit. The expansion has moved up and the Kit has moved down. So that expansion is going to be coming sooner than it was previously anticipated to come on last month's roadmap. But at the bottom, there are 3 brand new things. Sims Delivery Express, Patch Update, and Stuff Pack are being worked on and developed, expected to come out later than the first 4 things that were on last month's roadmap. So that's my general idea of how it could work. Again, I'm sure there are plenty of flaws with this, but you get the idea. Is something like this likely to come? Probably not. But is it impossible? Absolutely not. And I know there's going to be people that say, Matt, you can't wish for something like this. They would never do this. This is how roadmaps for a lot of gaming communities actually work. And I really feel like this would make a much happier, more united community. And something like this definitely doesn't have to be done in Twitch live stream format. Time and resources do not need to be dedicated to really put much effort into these kinds of roadmaps. I know that we've had Maxis monthlies in the past and inside Maxis live streams, which take time to plan, and that takes time out of Sim Guru's days because they have to go and live stream all of this. Then there has to be a team of moderators and all of that stuff. Live streams don't even have to be a part of the question. It could just be a simple picture that's posted on, for example, the first Friday of every month on the Sims Direct Communications Twitter. And if you think them doing this once a month, 12 times a year is too much, honestly, in my opinion, I don't think it's that much to ask for. Then maybe them even doing this every other month, 6 times a year, is definitely very, very doable as well. Talking about the possibility of monthly roadmaps and how that could improve things, honestly really just makes me want the Maxis monthlies back, because that's pretty much what that was. Every month we were getting updates on what's planned, what they're working on. maybe not to the extent that we should have had with updates. They were kind of more vague with things, but we still had more of a bigger picture, a general idea than we do now. I feel like we're left in the dark a lot more. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. I feel like constructive criticism is very, very, very important. So I'm gonna come on here as much as I possibly can to give my point of view as to where I think things could improve. And this is a big area for me. Share your thoughts below. I love you guys. Take care. I can't wait to read what you guys say below. And hopefully sometime this year, things improve and we receive more consistent updates. I love you guys. Take care and happy simming.